Let's see if what I think will hold up. Well, looking like they may play. We are still in the JV game. A little bit of bonus coverage here for you guys tonight. A lot of mics, just so you know. Try to keep them away. Well, I wanted to keep it on for this so they can see what's going on. Got a lot of people tuning in because they were expecting us to go on at 7:30.
I was expecting us to go on at 7:30. lifestyle. Trying to really load up on the quarterback side. Yeah.
They didn't say it was a spot in the press box up there.
Okay, yeah. They had some coaches.
Yeah, Quentin was on his way out, so he didn't care.
That's what it was. He did a pretty good job of calling this year. You saw we got some coaches in there. State champion. Hey, Brad is doing this at 7:30 today.
Yeah.
It's like shooting practice. Missed it, came right back to it. I think they're going down.
Sure.
Is that the athletic director over there by that door, that white Tates top?
Yeah.
It's really good baseball. They got some good players going. I'm glad best show.
Please welcome the Glendover Commodores. These kindergartners and first graders have been undefeated for the last 2 seasons. The Tates boys basketball team volunteers every Saturday morning coaching them with Coach Orthodontist. Give them a round of applause.
You gonna run your coaches?
Yeah.
What time you gonna
And
start?
interviews and stuff.
With Coach Brandon Salzman of Lexington Catholic, and Coach, big district game here tonight.
Yeah, you know, anytime you get up in our district, we've always got big games, and you know, Tates Creek's having a heck of a year. Gerard's done a great job. He's definitely got my vote for Coach of the Year. He's turned Tates Creek around, and they're having a great year, so I know they'll be ready for us tonight. We'll have to play as well as we possibly can.
This has always been historically a tough place to play, but you guys have seemed to have their numbers over the year.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that you know, our kids have played pretty well over here, and you know, we've won a district here. You know, we've been beaten the first round too, so it's just been kind of hit or miss. And you know, I know tonight, you know, I love the new lights they have in the gym. It's a lot brighter in there, and just got done talking to Gerard about how they're eventually going to tear this place down. I'm sure Nolan Barker's not very happy about that, but you know, it's a good place to play, a lot of fun, be a good atmosphere in here tonight.
Coach, you're getting some really good bench minutes from like Rothbauer and you know guys like that, Rothbauer and let's see who else. Yeah, Ryan Russell really sticks out for me too, Coach.
Yeah, you know, we're rolling on a 9-man rotation right now with Rothbauer and Russell, and then Colson Perry and Michael Hawkins coming off the bench doing a great job. And we need to get to that 10th guy, Wilson Hampton, the senior, is a great guy to have down there. But those guys have bought into what I've asked them to do and played their roles, as have the starters and everybody. So, you know, that's kind of the key of a great team, is if everybody will just play their role. You got, you know, great players, but you've got to have great role players, and we do have that this year.
Speaking of great role players, Wedding returns tonight, Coach.
Yeah, you know, that unfortunate incident with him, I think he learned a lot. You know, he's a great kid from a great family. You know, his backstory is unbelievable. A lot of people would love to hear it, I'm sure, but you know, just a situation that got away from him, and you know, he's a kid. Kids make mistakes. He learned from it. You know, I think he'll come out here and play as hard as he possibly can. You know, he's happy his teammates were able to carry him through and win those games, and you know, I think he'll be looking to do the best he can tonight.
Only 2 losses on the season. You guys kind of, I mean, it's almost like you got a target wherever you go on your back. Talk to me about the pressure that may have for you, and you know, again, competing in big games like tonight.
Yeah, we always have a target on our back. I've been doing this my 16th year, and I don't think I've ever not been an archery practice target. So, you know, it's just one of those things. When you put on the jersey, people come after you, and you know you're always going to get everybody's best game. Their crowds always show up for our games. You know, our kids always show up, and everybody wants to be Catholic. And you know, that's tough on us, but it's something I'm proud of. It just means we've done a great job building our program. You know, my coach Danny Haney was the one who started it. To be able to carry that on, it's been great. You know, I'll take the pressure on Friday nights. You know, my blood pressure medication works pretty good, so we'll see if we can make sure we stay on track.
Coach, Ben already announced that he's going to be attending Bellarmine University, verbal agreement with them. But there's talks right now going on that, you know, he may be the front runner for Mr. Basketball next year.
Oh, he's definitely going to get my vote. There's no question. And you know, I know both the other Johnson boys are listening, and they'll get mad at me, but he's the best in his family for sure. He's done such a great job of making everybody on our team better. He's such a great scorer, but his passing and his defense, really, his rebounding gets overlooked all the time just because he's putting up such big numbers on the offensive side. He plays a really complete game, you know, and you know, his whole family were great basketball players. Danny and Shannon have done a great job. raised them and bringing them right up in Kentucky, when learning how to shoot. But, thankfully for us, he's got another year, so we'll talk about all that stuff next year. We just want to get him to where he needs to be, finish strong, and keep getting better.
Back to tonight's game, Coach. What are the keys to success tonight?
You got to handle their pressure. That's number one. You can't turn the ball over for points. So our guards, and Jack Goman's done a great job this year as a sophomore in big-time games and big minutes. He'll have to play big for us tonight, as well as Peyton Pelfrey handling the ball. Then rebound. That's been kind of our Achilles heel all year. We've got to be able to keep people off the boards and get there, and then just play together and play the Lexington Catholic way. Play together and play to win.
Keep it going, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
That was Coach Brandon Salzman of the Lexington Catholic Knights. And when we come back, we'll hear from Coach Gay of the Tates Creek Commodores. You're watching the Mingy Beach Turkey High School Game of the Week here live on PrepSpin.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Some things never change, like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh-cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
We return here live to Tates Creek High School. William Warfield alongside the legend Gary Ball. And Gary, I had a chance to talk with Coach Gabe before tonight's game as well down in the locker room. Just give me 1 second to pull that up. Technology, sometimes you gotta love it, right?
Yep.
All right, I think we're good here.
Here with Coach Gay of the Tates Creek Commodores, and Coach, and district-wise right now, you guys are 5-1 on the season. How does that make you feel? You all have done some outstanding things this year. Maury Taylor, he just got a milestone. I believe it's 1,000 here at Tates Creek.
Yes, sir. Maury scored us 1,000 points. It's been a difficult road for him. Sophomore year, I think he missed 19 games due to injury, so he wasn't able to really help contribute that year. But last year he came back this summer and broke his arm as well. So that was another thing that kind of mentally messed him up, but stayed the course.
Getting back to tonight's game, Coach, what would be the keys to success tonight?
Middle drives, keeping the ball out of the paint, making sure that they get contact on the box out. We have to get contact, drive, and go some big ball with two hands. I always say one hand, God bless you, two hands,
Josh has done outstanding things too, Coach. I'd probably be remiss if I didn't touch on him while we were down here talking with you. But Josh has done really good things for you this season too.
Yes, I believe this may be game 6 or 7 of the year that Josh has had double-digit rebounds. And we tell Josh, use your energy. He's a lovable kid. We just tell him, hey, use your energy. Go attack the glass. You have open shot taken. Continue to do what you do to help us be successful.
Toughest district in the state, a lot of people think so. There's some folks in Louisville may not think so, but we all know that the 43rd is definitely where it's at. You being 5-1 right now. If you looked at this program 2 years ago, a year ago, however far back you want to go until, maybe you had like the Michael Sparks teams out here, some of the teams, that was facing the Mason counties that would come into town, and play those teams. You've done an outstanding job here at Tates Creek turning this program around.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I tell my kids, it's all you guys. I'm just here to oversee it, make sure that you take care of it. I've got all the tools. I'm just the manager. That's it. You guys shoot the balls. You guys take the charges. You guys rebound. So a lot of credit goes to the kids. I'm just, like I said, just thankful for the opportunity that I've been blessed with. Opportunity I've received. Just really try to preach discipline and defense first. That's where our success will come.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
All right, that was Coach Gay there. Although he was kind of light-spoken there into the mic, Gary. Some people's voices, they pick up really well,
right.
Others not so well.
Well, his basketball team sitting at 14-7 against a really strong schedule, so they've got a fine basketball team. Lexington Catholic comes into this game tonight, 1 win away from a 20-win season. So Lexington Catholic 19-2, and Christy Thomas McGuire's in the house tonight. Came up and spoke to us, William, and her little son was on that basketball team that was honored before this game tonight, coached by Jay Bordas.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or it might have been her daughter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw her over here gathering all the little kids up a little while ago, and always good to see her. I did have a chance now when I was down in the locker room.
Yeah.
I had that interview. It was all over with, and then Coach Gay comes back out of the locker room. He says, "Hey, man, I got to show you something." So he invited me inside the locker room, and he starts talking about this wall that he's got, Gary.
And I know you filmed it, right?
I did.
Videoed it, I mean.
I did.
There you go.
So this is a little bit of bonus coverage for everybody right here. So
the JV game ran over tonight is why we're starting this varsity game later.
Yeah, don't worry about the echoes. I'm just turning this up so we can hear Coach talk on our end as well. So here's Coach Gay talking about this wall.
One thing that we do pride ourselves on is all the guys that take charges. We reward guys for taking charges, sacrificing your body. That's one thing that in order for us to be successful, you have to do. I pride our kids on. We do a hard hat. Guys work hard, we have a hard hat, and we give an award out to the kids and everything from each week. So this is one thing that we try to do. We try to appreciate our kids. So we're going to continue to grow. Hopefully, by the season's end, this whole side will be up, and get the rest of the lock.
I've just watched the All-League Classic and a lot of those smaller schools like that. That was a big thing, like Frankfurt, for example. They take a charge on anybody that I've seen take a charge this year.
Yeah, nowadays kids, the physicality, they don't like it or whatnot, but, you sacrifice your body for the team. It's the win that you want. That could be a game-changing play or a winning play for the program. That's what we try to do.
Indeed it does. Thanks, Coach. All right, that was Coach Gay in the locker room there. Hopefully it wasn't echoing back on your all's end. I have a little technical issue here with this thing.
Well, that was good. You showed us that bonus coverage there, William Moorfield, King of Stream. We're taking charges. And you're right about Frankfurt High School. I tell you what, those guys just flat take charges again. And I tell you who's really good at it? Will O'Brien.
Yeah.
He's fantastic at taking charges. As you said, I think Frankfurt's in the discussion for the 11th region if they get out of their district because Frankfurt's a team that is starting to catch fire a little bit here under Chris O'Brien, the fine coach there at Frankfurt High School.
Who was the team that went in there for, was it Great Crossing that went into their district instead of Woodford County? Is that who's in their district now?
Yeah, Woodford dropped down to that region with Spencer County and Oldham County, Collins, I believe.
So in that district now, you got Franklin County, Western Hills, Frankfurt, and Great Crossing, right?
Or did Great Crossing stay in the 42nd?
Yeah, that's the question.
With Scott County. I'm not real sure about that. So we'll answer all that here in a couple of weeks. The district gets underway right here at the 43rd at Tates Creek right here at this high school on February 24th. That's only about 3.5 weeks away.
Man, I tell you what, basketball season has come and it's almost gone. It's unbelievable how quick this basketball season. It seems like yesterday we were over at Kroger Field doing football championships.
Yeah, it does. And what championships those were? Those were outstanding this year for the state football finals. And the draw show is a little bit later out at KYT this year. It's usually in January, like around the 28th, 29th, and this year they're having it on February 11th. So that's just a week or so before the district start.
Yeah, I think the reason why it was backed up a little bit is because some of the folks at the KHSA were on either leave or something like that was going on. Just schedule-wise, it just didn't work out until a little bit later this year.
I know Joe Angolia had a baby.
He had a baby, yeah.
He took a little time off.
Yeah, congratulations to Joe.
Yeah, Joe, the media relations director at the KHSAA. But that's a fine organization. But here it's high school basketball. Glad to be alongside William Warfield for the Mingy Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week. And William, I make no bones about it, I think Tates Creek is in the conversation for the 11th region.
Yeah, the other night I did that Big Things Kentucky show on there, and I don't think that I gave Tates Creek enough love considering what they have done this year. When you talk about turning this program around, being 5-1 on the season in this 43rd district, arguably the best district in the state. When you talk about boys basketball, they definitely deserve some of that credit.
Well, what you just said there speaks volumes because every team in the 43rd district has won a state championship. Every team. Yeah. You're talking Dunbar. They won it when they had Tavion Hollingsworth a few years ago. They won the state championship. Lafayette has 6 state championships. I think that's the most of anybody.
Yeah.
And then you look at, of course, Tates Creek. They won a state championship under Nolan Barger. And then you go down the line,
Catholic had one under
and Lexington Christian.
Yeah.
They won a state championship, right?
LCA girls, I know for sure has.
Well, I'm talking about the boys that won the All-A Classic.
All-A
so I
state
guess that's a state championship.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt.
Every team in the 43rd has won a state championship or an All-A Classic state championship. Yeah, the girls won in 2007. The girls with Emily London and Sarah Beth Barnett, they won the Sweet 16 state championship.
Yeah, so, you got to – it's definitely a historic district, based on what you're saying there. And then when you talk about just year in and year out, it's almost unfair that some of these teams don't get an opportunity to go to Rupp. When you got number 1, 2, and so on, in your district sometimes, and sometimes, you got 4 out of the top 10 teams in your region. It's kind of upsetting at some point, that some of those teams didn't have an opportunity to go on.
And the great Mike Fields, and I call him the great Mike Fields because he was fantastic when he wrote sports for the Herald Leader, now with the Kentucky High School Athletic Association. We were talking about the last great Commodore team that we remember was when Marcellus Barksdale and Ryan Fusey ran the ball club out there. And that was about,
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah,
so.
between 8 and 10 years ago. Yeah, no doubt. I had spoken earlier in the interview talking about that Michael Sparks team. Well, that particular game that Darius Miller came here with Mason County, that was one of our very first games on the network that we showed highlights for.
That was a Mr. Basketball. That was a Mr. Basketball. They called it Mr. Basketball here at Creek, and they play it in early December.
Yeah.
So
that was big time there. But again, want to thank we need to thank some of our sponsors. Mingy Beef Jerky, of course, the official game day snack of PrepSpin, our title sponsor here on the network. Curtis Mackley and the Mackley family, want to appreciate all that they do for us. We got beef jerky now, so Coach will get some beef jerky tonight, Gary. And man, that doesn't last very long with us, does it?
No, it does not. I give that away on my show too, as you know, and the coaches love it out there. On the Scholastic Ball Report, and a shameless plug there, but that's Sunday at noon on the CW, and we got some great teams coming up this week.
Yeah. So check this out. You got Lexington Catholic still finishing up their warm-ups, but Tates Creek's already lined up here on the baseline, just kind of going toe-to-toe. So there's already that feeling here in this arena right now, where you've got Tates Creek ready to battle Lexington Catholic. And Tates Creek, I would have a chip on my shoulder if I was Tates Creek, trying to prove a point here tonight if I was them. Yeah,
you're on your floor. The last time you played Lexington Catholic was at Catholic. You lost that game by 15 points back on December 19th. So you're right. Tonight, you're in Commodore land. And they've had a tremendous athletic season at Tates Creek this year in the 19 and 20. It started off back in June when they won the boys state baseball championship.
It's a huge game tonight. You're not only here at home, but you're on PrepSpin.com tonight. And it's a district game. All right, Gary Ball, so here we go. We got Tates Creek and Lexington Catholic 43rd District matchup here tonight, and this place a little wild here this evening.
It is, and the starting lineup is Jack Goldman, Ben Johnson, Ryan Russell, Peyton Pelfrey, and Luke Wedding for Lexington Catholic tonight. They're 19 and 2. Tates Creek will start Amari Taylor, and they've also got starting big number 35, and I'll tell you, he's a load down there.
Yes, he is.
We don't have a number. We got a player that's got a number we don't know. So Josh Detroit, and tap is controlled, and in backcourt, they get it back to Taylor. Taylor, he skips it over to Morton, lines it up, and he misses it. Air ball.
Got the bottom of the net.
Sure did, and kicked out of bounds by Catholic. So we got to find out who this number 35 is for Tates Creek, William. He's not on the roster that the KHSA put out.
Yeah, we'll check and see who that is, and we'll let you guys know.
So in backcourt, Morton, he gives it in the middle. They work it over to Detroit, and the shot won't go, and rebounded by Catholic. Ben Johnson brings it down, kicks it back out to Pelfrey. Swing it around the perimeter now as they go to Goldman. Jack, they give it back up to Jackson Smith. Back to Wedding. Tates Creek playing a man-to-man. Ball knocked away from Ben Johnson. Cleared out. Driving down, R.J. Smith, and puts it up and in.
Tates Creek on the board. That was a nice look up court there to R.J. Smith.
Yep, Mr.
In transition.
Smith. In transition, put that one down. Back door to Pelfrey. Catches it, puts it up and in. Good job there by Pelfrey to stay with that basketball after it was tipped.
Pelfrey's a guy that's got to step up today for Lexington Catholic. He's kind of been quiet of late, but he can shoot the rock definitely behind the arc.
Hit that big shot that won that game against Madisonville North Hopkins at the end of that was overtime, right?
Yeah, that was, yes, sir.
He hit that big shot along the left baseline. 6:42 to go in this first quarter of action. Late start tonight because the JV game went to about 8:15. So late start here on the varsity.
That was an entertaining JV game, by the way.
Yep. Amari Taylor. Over comes to R.J. Smith, and that's an air ball on the left side, knocked out of bounds by Josh DeToit. Gotta love that name, William. 6'4" junior, averaging 10 points a game. Yes. Josh DeToit.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique last name.
Johnson and Goldman play catch. Now they get it across the line. Wedding trying to go down low, and it's going to be tapped out by R.J. Smith of Tates Creek.
Just like Luke Wedding, right? You know, he's back tonight, and you're talking about a unique last name.
Yep, Wedding.
They said you get your last name from what I guess your forefathers used to be as occupation. Is that right? Maybe his forefathers married a lot of folks.
Over comes to Goldman. Apparently, Jack Goldman's the quarterback heir apparent this fall for Catholic's football team. They give it to Smith, and he's going to be called for charge as he ran over top. And that's the big guy that we're trying to get a beat on, but we do not have – we got a number, but we don't have a name. 35.
I would imagine that maybe something was wrong with his original jersey or something, and they had to switch out.
Could be. It was so loud in here when she did the lineups, we couldn't even hear it.
Yeah. You got the maroon platoon across the way, and then over here on our side, you've got the Lexington Catholic Dungeons. They call them the Psychos.
Yeah. Wedding. Back door, knocked away. Good hustle by R.J. Smith.
Welcome everybody into this ball game. A lot of folks tuning in to watch this big 43rd district matchup, Gary Ball.
2-2. Ben Johnson down low, and he turns on the baseline, knocks it down. That's vintage Ben Johnson. That's why he averages 25 points a game, William.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, Tates Creek's definitely got to make sure they're not to give him anything easy.
Good pass to DeToit, and he turns around, spins, banks it in. Josh DeToit makes it 4-4. 5:23 to go. First quarter action. Catholic's Wedding, a deep three on the right side, back of the rim, no, and DeToit keeps it alive. Taps it over to Maxwell Morton. Morton has it stolen. Working his in the front court is Smith. Down low and to the basket. It won't go on the shot by Goldman on a layup, and quickly the other way. Amari Taylor, and he traveled. Amari, 1,000-point scorer for Tates Creek after missing like 19 or 20 games last year.
Yes.
Four is the score. Ben Johnson gets it back right side, fires it up, air ball, and last touch knocked out by Amari Taylor. Maxwell Martin in there, number 1 for Creek. Looking. Back door, and it's going to be a foul. Now we'll find out his name. We'll hear this, William. I'm going to find out who he is. She didn't say his name. Matter of fact, the mic's on top of the free throw. Won't go there for Smith.
It looks like they only did starting lineups
here
tonight.
Missed them both. Jackson Smith and Morton trying to go to Josh DeToit. Gets it over to Amari Taylor. Taylor's going to line up the three, knock it down. 3 points for Amari Taylor.
That was a nice stroke.
It was.
Got it lined up and able to knock it down. You got to spread those feet.
Down low, and that's going to be a
blocking foul. You remember we talked to Coach Gay about his wall downstairs. These guys, he had mentioned as well. He's like, you know, the referees told us in that John Harding game when we were on the road. He said you guys try to take too many charges.
Yep.
How do you try to take too many charges? You know.
Mikhail Wade is in. We got his number 4. He's in there. Mikhail Wade. Give it back out top, and Catholic works it around. Jack Goman. Ben Johnson kicks it to Luke Wedding, right side, three-pointer, got it.
They've been missing that.
Luke Wedding knocked down his 3, and it's 7-all with 3:57.
Yes.
Pass trying to come from Taylor over to Josh DeToit, and he can't handle it. So it'll be Lexington Catholic basketball. 7-7 is your score. Gary Ball with William Warfield here on PrepSpin. Ben Johnson from downtown, bullseye.
Wow, that's a deep 3 right there from Johnson.
He's got 5 now, and he's got the lead back for Catholic 9-7. Lob comes over to Maxwell Morton. Morton gives it back out now to Mikhail Wade, and there's Amari Taylor, bullseye. Back-to-back threes. Taylor knocked that one down, and it's 10-9 to lead back for Tates Creek.
1,000-point club recently, and
man, he looked good on that stroke.
He's on his way to 2,000 now, it seems like.
Smith throws it right to Morton. Morton down court on Goman, up and in. Nice move there by Maxwell Morton.
Coach Salzman thinks going to send in a few more troops. It looks like they're on the sideline. I saw Hawkins stand up.
Yeah, he's the enforcer. So Peyton Pelfrey comes over to Goman. Kick it back over to the right side to Pelfrey. Pelfrey going down low, and it's stolen by Josh DeToy. He gives it up to Smith down the lane, and he puts it up and in. Boy, Creek looking really strong here early on.
That's a good finish right there. Good, powerful finish.
Second basket by Smith, and Creek's up 5. Luke Wedding, another 3. Got it. 6 points for Wedding, and they're both from that same spot. He likes the right side, William.
He does.
14-12. Good ball game here at Creek. DeToit kicks it back out now to Morton. Here's DeToit lined up the 3. He knocks it down. Josh DeToit with 5 points.
Raining threes right now.
It sure is. In just a second, I'll tell you how many we've had in this ball game.
I believe we got 5 now.
3 by Catholic and 3 by Tates Creek. 6.
Wow.
6 threes here. Out top, there's Wedding with another 3. Bullseye. Wedding with 9. Wow.
These guys are lighting it up.
17-15. A minute 49 to go in the first quarter. Luke Wedding has, you know, at one point in the season, he was hitting 50% from 3.
Yes.
Johnson with the steal. Ben.
No
pass right side, laid up and in there by Pelfrey.
Nice no-look pass there, and Coach Gay wants to talk about it, Gary.
So we'll have a timeout, 17-all, 136 here in the first quarter from Tates Creek Commodore Nolan Barger Gymnasium. It's 17-all here. We'll be back after this on the Mingy Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week on PrepSpin.com.
At Atkinson Sims & Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
All right, go ahead.
Back. Townsend's back in for Creek. Sion Townsend, a senior, averaging 12 points a game. He's got the ball on the left side. Gives it back to Taylor. In the middle they go now, and driving down is Mikhail Wade, and we're going to have a foul. I believe it's going to be on Ben Johnson.
Might be Wedding there. It looked like he kind of hacked at it a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they don't announce who the fouls are on, so.
We'll see it up on the scoreboard here.
Yep.
Should, anyway.
Free throw connected by Josh DeToit. He has 6 points in the ball game. 6 for Amari Taylor. 2 points for Morton. 4 points for Smith. Johnson has 5. 9 points for Luke Wedding for Lexington Catholic. Free throw connected there by Josh DeToit. He has 7 points now. 19-17.
They did not put it up into the scoreboard.
Ben Johnson hands it off to Luke Wedding. This time he's moving a little bit closer. Thought about the jumper, but gives it back to Ben Johnson. Johnson spinning. A little fadeaway from the free throw line, air ball, and pulled out of there by Morton. Maxwell Morton gives it over to Taylor and blocked by Wedding and gotten back there by Catholic. Ben Johnson running the floor. Comes over the left side, and there's going to be a shot out of the corner taken by Ryan Russell, and he is going to be fouled. So Ryan Russell, what'd they call there, William?
On the Tates Creek. Looked like a push offensive foul against Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, offensive foul against the Knights.
And another one.
Yep, that's going to go against Ryan Russell as well. 19-17. 54 seconds to go in the first quarter here from Tates Creek. Good crowd in here, William.
Yes, I like the crowd here tonight. This one, as it keeps going along, you got to think that this crowd will really be the difference in it.
Pass goes to Josh. Good spin move by Detroit. Puts it up short and over the back, climbing over the back. That'll go on Mikael Wade. So it'll be Lexington Catholic basketball. They're down 2 with 46 seconds here in this first quarter. Ben Johnson. Kick it out front now as they go to Ian Rothbauer, who just checked in. Comes back over to Russell. Looking back door and laying it up and in is Luke Wedding. That's 11 for Wedding.
I would imagine he told Coach, he's like, Coach, I've got to get some buckets tonight. I need to have a big game.
He's got 11 points in the first quarter. And there's going to be a foul as trying to scissor in between two defenders is Maxwell Morton, and he's going to be fouled. Yeah, I'm not liking this lack of PA with the.
Well, that, and it should be 20 all up on the board too, by the way. It should be 20-20, not 19-19.
So Caleb Givens, usually a starter, is in the ball game now. Givens has it way out front, and Colson Perry, a 5'8 junior, is in the ball game for Catholic. And there's going to be a travel called on Givens. Just 3.3 seconds to go in the first quarter, 19-19. Lexington Catholic and Tates Creek, both teams are lighting it up in this quarter.
Yep.
Ben Johnson, half court, throws it up and won't get the call, and he wanted a call there, but he didn't get it. And we head to the second quarter. It's Lexington Catholic 19, Tates Creek 19 here on the Mingy Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees? Through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop, you can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank.
All right, back here, Gary Ball, and you got the call, my friend.
Thank you very much, and we're still tied at 19 here as we start the second quarter. Lexington Catholic will have the basketball. Colson comes over to Johnson, looking for the pick from Hawkins. He gets it back out to Colson. Colson hands it back to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson got 5 points in the game. Come over to Russell, to Colson, back to Hawkins. And there's a whistle and a foul called.
Saw Keith Farmer just now. He came up here and talked to us.
Yep.
Always enjoy catching up with Keith.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Mari Taylor gets the steal. Comes the other way for Creek, stops. He's from downtown, and it rolls off. Boy, I tell you, Taylor, he has hit 2 3-pointers in this game. There's Ben Johnson from downtown, bullseye. Ben Johnson with 8. That's what Ben gives you, William.
Yeah.
He can just pull it up from anywhere.
Yeah, him and Luke both.
Yeah.
But Ben, he's on another level.
Bring it over to Townsend. Townsend back to Taylor. Taylor. We've also got in there Mikael Wade and Josh DeToit. He's roaming down the baseline. Out top they come to Townsend. Sion Townsend. Caleb Givens gives back to DeToit. Comes over to Mari Taylor. Bounce pass down low. Out top DeToit and won't go off the rim. So Tates Creek was hitting those threes earlier. Now they're not going. And they're down by 3. To the basket. And right side, they kick it back out to Colson. Comes over to Russell. Russell penetrates, puts up a floater, no, in the paint area, and rebounded there by Mikael Wade. Goes to Mari Taylor.
Taylor. A rip.
Down goes, and that went off the foot of Lexington Catholic. It goes back to the Commodores.
That was a rip on that rebound.
Sure
ripped
was.
It down. Put the alligator claws on it, didn't he?
And that'll be Maxwell Morton back in for Josh DeToit. He'll leave with 7 points in the ball game. Amari Taylor goes out as well.
That's been my go-to, by the way, saying alligator claw since I saw Frankfurt over at that All-A, because they remind me of having the Florida jerseys on, with that F on the jersey. Just like Florida jersey.
James McKenzie, 6'5", junior, number 11, has checked into the game. So McKenzie in there as well. He's got it out front. Gives it now to Maxwell Morton. 22-19, the Knights lead by 3 with 5:49 to go in the first half.
Yep.
Gary Ball with William Warfield here on PrepSpin, the king of stream. McKenzie. Give it back out top now to Mikael Wade. Now to McKenzie. To the basket and puts it up, no. He's battling for it down low, kicks it back out to the basket, and there's a bump and a foul call, and it's going to go on Hawkins. And
that first shot right there was actually partially blocked by Lexington Catholic. Somebody got a hand on it down low.
5:28 to go here in the first half. A lot of basketball coming up on PrepSpin in the next week or so. I'll be back with you next Friday for the Trinity Lexington Catholic game. And shot out of the corner, bullseye by Maxwell Morton. That's a 3.
Nice shot again, got squared up, able to bury that 3. And I would assume that with it so bright in here now, because it used to be really dark in here, Gary.
That is 10 threes hit by these two ball clubs in this game, and there's 5:10 to go in the first half.
I mean, these guys are seeing that bucket right there, and it's just a great big hole up there for them right now. Just about everything they're throwing up is going down from beyond the arc.
Time called as Wedding got the ball in play. We have substitution in.
As Tony Wise would say, he said, no lid on that basket. I don't know if Tony Wise ever said that, but just thought that name dropped.
Works with us on the regional. He hopes he's not available this year.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson fading away, won't go. Battling down low, and a shot put up, and that one won't go on a job there by Rothbauer. Comes over to the left side to Givens, off the mark, battling down low, and Catholic's got it. 22 alls to score, 4:45 to go in the first half. To the basket and knocked away, and Morton thought he knocked it off the knee of Lexington Catholic's Goman, but Goman will go to the line. He was fouled.
Rare trip to the line here for Lexington Catholic so far in this one. You got 7 team fouls for Tates Creek, 6 team fouls for Lexington Catholic.
Goman, a 75% free throw shooter, a little short on that one. 6'4" sophomore, rolls it in. First point of the game for Goman.
That breaks the tie.
We'll have Rothbauer going out, and back into the game will be Peyton Pelfrey. They get it in now to Townsend. Townsend down floor, a little European step, misses shot. That was a good move, William, but couldn't get it to go. 23-22, a little tighter here than the first meeting when Catholic won by 15.
I think it's safe to say kids in Lexington.
And that's going to be a charge. Good job there to take it was Townsend.
I think it's safe to say kids in Lexington have kind of mastered that European step.
I think
we
see
it
it.
Euro step.
Yeah, Euro step. I think we've seen it all over the state really this year.
This year's been pretty popular.
I've seen the Euro step by a lot of players. Is John Harden the best team you've seen, William?
Yeah, I think so. It took me to the fourth quarter of one of their
told
first
you,
game that I saw them.
I told you I saw them over to Woodford County. They've got it all. They've got more than just Alex Matthews.
They're a second half team, though.
Yeah.
Everybody that I've talked to in every game that I've seen so far, it's the second half is when they really come on.
The Ashland Tomcats are the only undefeated team in the state.
Yeah, but do they really play anybody? Think about it.
Yeah. Free throw connected there by
no disrespect,
Maxwell Morton.
I mean, scheduling is scheduling. It's tough for you guys to travel, but
Morton now has 6 points. Missed the second one. We're tied again at 23. What's that, our fourth tie, William?
Yeah.
Long pass and knocked away. And Lexington Catholic gets it out front. And they pick it up. Come over to Wedding. Down low he goes Pelfrey. Left hand up and in. Nice job there by Pelfrey to use the left hand.
Yes.
Pelfrey with the basket, 25-23.
And that's just using the basket to protect your shot there, too, making sure nobody can come behind you and block it.
Mari Taylor has it. Trying to go down low to Mikael Wade. Wade on the low. That's McKenzie. McKenzie kicks it back out. Comes over now to Maxwell Morton. Townsend trying to clear out. Morton trying to use Maxwell's pick. Instead he comes over to McKenzie. Comes out top to the basket, and that's a foul called with 3:27 to go here in this first half from Tates Creek High School. 25-23. Good ball game here at Tates Creek, William.
Yes, it is. And we expected it to be.
At the line will be Sion Townsend. Has not scored in the ball game.
The first quarter, I mean, was pretty stacked.
Yeah,
you know?
17 all. Or was it 19 all?
I think it was 20 all is what it should have been.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
19-19 was the official score.
Wedding, left side three, bullseye again.
Wow.
Luke Wedding.
He's ripping the net today.
He's got 14 points. 14 for Wedding. He's hit 4 3-pointers.
Coach Salzman pulling them out.
They haven't put that one up yet, have they?
Now they do.
All right, they've got the score wrong. That's not the right score.
Yeah, they put it at the Tates Creek score. So
okay, it's 28-23, Catholic on top. That's the correct score.
Yeah, 28-23. Let's make sure that.
Townsend down low to Mari Taylor. Posting up on the low block. Back out he comes. Back over to Mari Taylor. Lines up to three, bullseye. Third three-pointer for Amari Taylor, and it's 28-26. They haven't put it up yet, but that was a three-pointer. He was just behind the line.
Yep.
We can see good up here in this crow's nest.
Yeah, we got a really nice
good
spot.
Angle.
Thanks to Mr. Dixon for hooking us up
yeah.
up here.
Ben Johnson, he got the three from downtown. That's 11 for Ben. 11 points, and boy, what a shootout here at the Tates Creek Commodore Gym.
Is there an official name here? Is it?
It's Nolan Barger Gymnasium.
Nolan Barger Gymnasium.
Yeah.
Then they got there's another building over there called something after King Cox, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
King Cox. I've known him for a while.
Might be King Cox floor. Yeah, he's a great guy. Taylor turns around. He got it again. 11 points for Amari Taylor.
Big game for Amari.
31-28. Going baseline and missing the shot and fouled there. And R.J. Smith picked up the personal, and going to the line will be Lexington Catholic. And at the line, Ryan Russell.
We talked to Coach Salzman talking about Ryan Russell, contributing off the bench this year. He's really had an outstanding season for Lexington Catholic.
A little short on a free throw. And back in will be Josh DeToit, 6'4" junior. Going out will be Mr. McKenzie, James McKenzie, a 6'5" junior, will go out. And that free throw missed. And Tates Creek saves it in bounds. Maxwell Morton works it across for the Commodores. Looking over to Gibbons, instead gives it up to Townsend. Townsend looking to Amari Taylor, trying to post up on Ben Johnson. Amari Taylor. Back out top, Morton swinging around Gibbons. It goes over to Townsend. Townsend back to Amari Taylor. Into the paint, back over to DeToit, and won't go, and rebounded. Nice rebound there by Russell. Ryan Russell with the rebound. Comes back to Goman. Minute 28. First half, Catholic by 3, 31-28. They give it out now to Smith. Jackson Smith. Comes over to Peyton Pelfrey. Back door to Ben Johnson, lays it up and in.
Nice move there. Nice pass, too.
13 for Ben Johnson. Lead is 5, 33-28, with a minute 4 to go in the first half. Maxwell Morton will give it now out top to Josh DeToit. He'll hand it down to Townsend. Give it to Amari Taylor. Swing it around to Givens. Back to Josh DeToit. Over to Givens. Bounce pass down to Taylor. Out it goes, and there's a three. Knocked down by Givens. That's the first bucket by Givens, and it's a three. 33-31. 32 seconds to go in the first half. Ben Johnson, 13 points. Double team. Gives it over to Goman. Over comes the right side, and knocking it down is Ryan Russell with the three.
Hey, they left that right wing open again, and Lexington Catholics love that spot here tonight.
They sure have. Mr. Weddings hit a couple threes out of there. Now Ryan Russell gets in on the act from the right side. 36-31.
You don't see a lot of Ryan Russell threes, by the way.
Taylor turns around and knocks it down. That's a three-pointer. What a big shot by Taylor to end that first half. And, boy, he makes this game an interesting game at halftime, William. 36-34. These two teams are shooting the lights out.
This has been a three-point extravaganza here tonight.
36-34.
All right.
The lead belongs to Catholic at halftime.
We're going to step out. We'll be back, folks. You're watching the game live here on PrepSpin.
Loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
At Atkinson Sims & Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's is a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it.
This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
At Atkinson Sims & Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
Back here at halftime here at Tates Creek High School. William Warfield alongside the legend Gary Ball, and we got a final over there from Henry Clay Lafayette's game, and it looks like Henry Clay defeated Lafayette tonight, Gary.
68-61, they sure did. Won that game. I'm going down. We didn't get stats from there is a crew down there, but we didn't get those from the table down there, so I'm going to give you my unofficial scoring in this basketball game in the first half. Amari Taylor had 14 to lead Tates Creek, 7 for Josh DeToit, 6 for Maxwell Morton. Givens had 3 at a three-pointer, and 4 points for R.J. Smith. That's a total of 34. For Lexington Catholic, wow, what a game by Luke Weddy. 14 points in the first half of action. You're right, William. They really needed that guy in there, and he came in there tonight, knocked down some big threes.
Yes.
Ben Johnson has 13 points, 3 threes and 2 field goals, 1 point for Goldman, 3 points for Ryan Russell, and 4 points for Peyton Pelfrey. That's a total of 36. It's a close, tight ball game here as we get ready to start the second half, 36-34. Catholic, they won the first matchup between these two teams back on December 19th by 15 points over Creek.
Yeah, and in that particular game, Lexington Catholic was, fresh and everything. Lexington Catholic's played a tough schedule here as of late, as Tates Creek has as well. So it'd be interesting to see how the second half plays out. But I'm going to blame that first game on fresh legs and inexperienced Tates Creek that's now experienced. How about that?
That's exactly right. It'll be Taylor. Also, it'll be Maxwell Morton. With the ball is Taylor. You got Josh DeToit. And also you have Mikael Wade. With the ball is Amari Taylor, and he gives to Smith, and he knocks down the jumper from the free throw line. It's tied now at 36 all.
Well, that's what you hope to come out and do really quick is get this one tied up, and that's what Tates Creek did.
Luke Wedding kicks it over to Pelfrey. Pelfrey backs it up, and now he hands it out top as he gives it up there to Smith. Trying to go back door to Ben Johnson, lays it up and in. Nice pass there.
Yeah, Ben Johnson, always the recipient along the baseline, it seems like, from a nice pass by either Pelfrey, Smith, or sometimes in there, from other guys off the bench too, Gary Ball.
Excuse me, William.
No, you're good.
DeToit out to Maxwell to Morton. Morton over comes to Amari Taylor. A behind-the-back pass to DeToit. He's got an open player. Smith, left hand, high off the window. He hits the ground, and he makes a shot anyway out the window.
Speaking of nice shots, that's a strong finish.
Put it high off that window, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Took a little bump, too, as he was.
He sure did. 38 all. 38 all here at Tates Creek High School. Here's Ben Johnson. Boy, he knocks down a three. Makes it look easy, doesn't he?
You would think that Ben Johnson always plays in this gym the way that he's shooting the ball here tonight, him and Wedding both. And then you got Taylor and the two for Tates Creek that's having a big game here tonight.
All of a sudden, Ben has 18 points in this game. He averages nearly 26 a game. DeToit out top. Comes over now to Morton. Back they swing it to Mikael Wade.
I keep saying, Ben Johnson is like Jared Polson, except he's a lot thicker. He's got more of a body on him, but he shoots Polson, just like Polson did.
Polson was a lefty.
Yes.
Well, he led West Jessamine all the way to the Final Four. And there's a foul. It's going to go on Luke Wedding as a pair of 32s battled each other there. Josh DeToit wears 32. He's 6'4 junior, and Luke Wedding, a 6'4 senior for Catholic. And going to the line will be Josh DeToit, where he's got 7 points in the ball game. 41-38. Catholic by 3. That's the only thing that neither team has done well tonight is shoot free throws.
Yes. That's the only thing. Everything else, field goal wise, I bet you they're shooting both teams over 50% right now.
DeToit gets a second one, makes it 41-39, 2-point ball game. Ben Johnson, those 18 points across the line, working on Taylor. They swing it around now to Pelfrey. Pelfrey puts the dribble down. Now comes out top as he kicks it to Smith. Back to Wedding. Backdoor Goldman trying to save it in. He throws it right to Smith. Smith He throws it right to Goman.
Wow.
Goman strong to the basket, up and in. First basket for Goman. He has 3 points to go with a free throw, 43-39. There's Amari Taylor bullseye. And he said, hey, I was fouled. Where's the call?
Amari Taylor's a star, man.
Got 16 points, 43-41. Ben Johnson double team, and he's going to be, they thought they tied him up, but they're going to call a foul, and it's going to go on Taylor, I believe.
Yeah, Coach Gay over here on the sideline trying to plead the case for Taylor, but not going to happen with these officials tonight.
I tell you what, I'm a believer. I believe the Tates Creek basketball team's they're a good basketball team.
I wouldn't be surprised if you had Tates Creek and Lexington Catholic playing in the 43rd District Championship.
In the final, because it is here at Creek, you know.
Yes,
so
it is.
A little home advantage.
LCA might have something to say about that. Dunbar might have something to say about that.
Ben Johnson working on Amari Taylor. Boy, that's a good battle right there. Taylor and Johnson, two all-city players.
And quite frankly, I wouldn't write Lafayette off in the sunset yet either. I think you know
when you've got a really dominant player like Ray Surratt, like they do, you can do a lot of things. Ben Johnson, good no-look pass, and battling for it there is Smith, but he throws it to Amari Taylor. Taylor down the floor, good pass. Detroit up and in.
Oh. That was almost the same exact thing that happened on the other end, minus the turnover there.
We're tied at 43. What's that, our 5th or 6th tie, William, in this game?
Yeah, it's back and forth. So Catholic's been good on the season in close games.
Wedding hanging up in the air, and we're going to have a jump ball called. And that was good defense there by Tates Creek, in particular, Mikael Wade. Mikael Wade's a 6'3" senior.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Wades have shown out the last week and a half on PrepSpin. You're talking about a young lady from Shelby Valley that played, UK commit, last name of Wade, and Coach Wade over there. And
there's Wedding laying it up and in.
What does that have to do with this one? Well, Tates Creek's got a Wade on the team that has done well.
And Wedding's got a layup in traffic. It's 45-43. That's 16 now for Luke Wedding, who averages double figures on the season for the Knights. They're 19-2. They're trying to move to 20-2, and Tates Creek 14-7, trying to win their 15th ball game. These are two of the premier programs in this 11th region this year. Lexington Catholic, by the way, in every poll you look at, the Associated Press, Cantrell's rankings, they're in the top 10 in the state. The RPI, they're sitting number 3 in the state, William, behind Ashland and John Harden.
Yeah, they're the real deal, man. The top 5 team, no doubt.
And that's the RPI is based on your schedule, who you played.
Yes. Charlie Wright watching tonight. So is Jerome Campbell. What's up, Jerome?
I wonder if the Brueggemans are watching tonight.
Yes, I bet you Tony's got it tuned in.
I bet you Tony's watching. Hey, Tony. Future Knight.
His sister watches a lot too,
Yeah. Detroit has it for Tates Creek, gives it back to Taylor. He launches a long 3, off the rim, no, and there's a rebound coming down with that one was Jackson Smith. Ben Johnson to the basket, left side, left elbow, in and out. Nice rebound by Amari Taylor.
Yeah, he just wanted that one.
He wanted it, and he grabbed it,
secured
it.
The box.
Detroit lobs it way out top now to Smith. Comes back over to Amari Taylor. They give it now to Morton. Looking at the defense by Lexington Catholic. Morton will dribble it toward the top of the key. Over to Smith. Now they go to Taylor. Two-pointer will tie it, and a three-pointer would give Creek the lead back. Come over to Taylor. A little bit more pressure from Wedding. Wedding reached in, knocked the ball away, so it'll go back to Creek. Come over to Mikael Wade. Comes to Taylor, gets a pick, and we're going to have a foul called, and it's going to be on Jackson Smith.
Well, I'll go right back to the chat on here.
Go to it.
Bubba Gray, Donna Johnson watching tonight, Miss Ingles watching, and everybody thinks that this is going to be a great second half.
It is turning out to be. Gary Ball with the king of stream, William Moorfield.
Appreciate that.
I ran into Ben Johnson's Dad. And
yeah.
I ran into the Hillemeyers back here, and they all said they love the games on PrepSpin.
Oh, that's awesome. I need to call the Hillemeyers, have them come over and do some landscaping.
Yeah, I got my Christmas tree from them this year.
Yeah?
Yep, I get it from them every year.
They still do the landscaping, right?
I think so, yeah. To the basket, and battling for it is Smith, and coming down with it, Luke Wedding. There was a little bit of contact there, but no call.
Yeah, and again, that's what Catholic's been missing the last couple games.
Ben Johnson spin move, missed it, gets it back in the paint, put it up, no, in and out. Ben Johnson normally doesn't miss that one twice.
All of a sudden, there's a lid on the Lexington Catholic basket.
Mari Taylor out top, and that's front of the rim, no. Rebounded by Ben Johnson. That's something Ben Johnson gives you to do. He gives you good rebounding.
Yes.
Wrap around dribble. Ben. Good no-look pass, shot up and in on a great pass from Johnson as he found down low Smith.
Yeah, that was beautiful thread the needle pass right there, but the dribble up front where he went behind the back, he just about broke somebody's ankle.
Looks like Steve Nash on that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. You expect him to go left, he goes behind the back to the right, man. I tell you, that's a great move.
Yeah, it was a great move. Smith has it, gives to Mari Taylor. He's double teamed. Back to Morton. Maxwell Morton looking now. He comes over to Smith. Back they come to Morton. 1:36 to go in the third quarter. 47-43. We're going to have a timeout called by Tates Creek.
They use the term break the ankles all the time on those crossovers. That one right there, I mean, that possibly might have broke the hips if it didn't move right.
Yeah. Yeah, don't forget the ankles. Go up a little bit further.
That was the hips.
Yeah, go up a little further to the hips, will you? But good ball game here tonight at Creek. We thought it would be. It's 47-43. Creek has the ball. They're down by 4.
I want to give a shout-out to John Sims, Atkinson Sims or Kermode PLLC. If you're thinking about bankruptcy, give them a call. They can get you started for as little as $78. John Martin Sims' dad, John Sims. Make sure to give him a call. He can take care of you and talk to you about all your options. They handle not only personal but business and everything, so give them a call. Trying to thank here as well, Gary. Obviously Mingy Beef Jerky, the official game day snack of PrepSpin. We got some Mingy for the winning coach tonight.
Yep.
And again, just want to thank everybody that supports us and continues to support us. I know you got a show coming up on Sunday at noon.
Yep.
DVR set.
Scholastic Ball Report. I've got the DVR as well.
I get that on. I just tell YouTube TV. I said record that show, and it's got your every show that you've had so far this year.
Yeah, and it's on Sundays at noon on the CW. It's the Scholastic Ball Report. Our 17th season, William, of doing that show.
That's amazing. Who stays in TV for 17 years besides SpongeBob and those type of shows, right? Gary Ball. Gary the Legend Ball does.
Well, I enjoy doing it, and I tell you, the high school interns are fantastic. Kids that work on my show.
17 years, that's like Brady Bunch type stuff,
Yep. Well, we'll continue to do it. There's always new players every year, right, in every sport. Ben Johnson going to the basket. Kicks it over to kick it out front. And there's Goman. That three won't go. Box out down low and rebounded by McKenzie.
I'll call you Mr. Star Trek over here. 17 years.
James McKenzie. And Catholic got that ball back, right back.
Yes, they did.
Ben Johnson puts down the dribble. Gets it over to Jack Goman. You got game time tonight at 11 with Brian Milam and Alex Walker, Lee K. Howard. They'll have highlights from all the games. There's Ben Johnson. Rolls in there. Ben now.
Nice.
20 points for Ben Johnson. The lead's 49-43. That's the largest lead I believe Catholic's had. 6 points.
Ben Johnson doing all that he's doing this year as a junior.
Yep. He'll be, you mentioned it with Coach Salzman in the pregame. He'll be the leading contender for Mr. Basketball next year.
He's got to be.
Long pass out front. Givens saves it. Comes back over to DeToit. Josh DeToit. And there's a three-pointer off the mark. Good rebound. Collared by Mikal Wade, and we're going to have a jump ball called. Possession error will keep it in.
And that jump ball may be a makeup call there because that should have been over the back.
So Josh DeToit will put it in play beneath his own basket. Looking. Out top, and there's going to be a three-pointer off the mark. Shot by Townsend. and he can't make it. And as we go to the fourth quarter, 49-43, Lexington Catholic by 6, leading Tates Creek. And we'll be back on the Mingy Beef Jerky High School basketball game of the week from Tates Creek High School. 49-43, Catholic on top of Tates Creek.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees? Through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop, you can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,000.
Looking at Coach Gay's team right there, Tates Creek, much improved Tates Creek team. Gary Ball, and he's doing an outstanding job this season, 5-1 in the district.
Mari Taylor has 16 points to lead Creek and 20 for Ben Johnson. That leads Catholic. Luke Wedding to the basket, and it's going to be a charge call on Wedding.
That's going to be another photo frame inside the locker room. Everyone that they get, they put it up in the locker room. You saw there in the pregame.
So Luke Wedding made the photo frame.
Yep. Made the poster.
7:54 to play, 49-43. Catholic as Wedding goes out. I think he's got 3 fouls, William.
Yes.
Unofficially. Everything we do is unofficial because there's no stats up here.
Yeah, well.
We hope for the 43rd we'll have stats.
Oh, absolutely. They'll crank it up for that.
And that shot out of the corner by Morton wouldn't go, and Ben Johnson works it down. Gives it over to Jack Goldman.
The guy I was told that normally does that stuff down there was under the weather tonight, Gary.
Ben Johnson with 22 now. Rises above.
That flu's going around, man.
Yeah, it's bad. I got a flu shot. Did you?
No.
Bridget made me get a flu shot.
Yeah, I'm kind of honoring when it comes to those things. I haven't had one, honestly, Gary, in 15 years.
Gotcha. You know, this 51-43 lead, by the way, by Catholic's the biggest lead they've had in this game.
Yeah.
This game has been really tight. And Detroit out of the left side, bullseye by Josh Detroit.
Big three. I would highly suggest folks get one, though. I'm not saying don't get one.
Down low, and that's going to be a blocking foul. And that's called against Creek. So it'll be Catholic shooting free throws, and up there will be Jackson Smith. Smith had his first bucket here in the second half.
Hank Pelfrey watching tonight. He's on his, looks like iPad while I believe he's saying he was visiting Charlotte, North Carolina. I was just in Charlotte not that long ago for that
hey, Mr. Pelfrey,
bowl game.
Down there. I know you went to the bowl.
Belk Bowl.
Yep.
That's a beautiful city there, Charlotte. Very clean.
Both free throws connected by Smith. And it's 53-46. 6:45 to play in this game. Tates Creek and Lexington Catholic, two of the top teams in the city of Lexington. Got to throw Douglas up there in that equation. Henry Clay. Anybody else, William?
Well, Tates Creek is probably the most dangerous team. I wouldn't want to face them.
Mari Taylor over to Morton, right side. All won't go. Taylor Bally tips it up, and it comes down to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, he leads it out to Jackson Smith.
Henry Clay, obviously, you know, when you talk about that 42nd district. And Scott County, you can't write them off. You know, they're still Scott County, and they still got a winning record. So.
Goldman working out front, spinning around, gives it now to Ben Johnson. Works on Amari Taylor. Throws it up in traffic, and we're going to have that's going to go against McKenzie of Creek. So that'll send Ben Johnson back to the line where he is one of the He is the top free throw shooter on the Catholic team at 85%. One of the tops in the state. That's the thing about him. He not only got a good stroke from the outside, he's got a good stroke at the line. He's got 21 points, William.
Yes, sir.
About 55-46. 9-point lead, the biggest for the Knights with 5:55 to play. Mari Taylor looking for Smith. Smith comes back over to Taylor. Taylor going in the corner, throws it away. Goldman brings it into front court on the dribble. Jack Goldman. It's going to be interesting to watch him quarterback that Catholic football team this year, isn't it? This season,
this coming season. Yeah, and a lot of folks were telling me that Perry, who comes off the bench for Lexington Catholic, that he may actually get some snaps as well. They say that he's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to my guy Van Busen, Tyler, the great receiver, number 85 for the Knights, and he said, yeah, it'll probably be Jack Goldman will be the trigger man.
Yes.
Perry. It'll probably be a quarterback battle, maybe. I don't know, but I'm just going by what my guy Tyler told me. We go to church together, so I trust that guy.
Yeah.
Well, he had a great sophomore year, didn't he? I think 12 touchdown catches for the Knights football team.
Yeah, he did very well.
Had a great season. Remember he caught that one down the middle for about 75 yards against Covington Catholic?
Yeah. And the Corbett kid, he had a really good season too.
Yeah, they got some great receivers.
But you had two of the best you talking about these two schools, Tates Creek had a hell of a combination.
Luke Doobie was unreal. He had a tremendous season.
Yes.
And he's going to play where at Cornell University?
Yeah.
Ivy League, I believe.
Yeah, you have to be really extremely smart to do that.
Smith gives it back to Goldman. Comes back now to Jackson Smith. Out top to Pelfrey. Jackson Smith was a good receiver too. Remember him?
Yeah, he was. And John Martin Sims, who's on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. Goldman to the basket, and we're going to have let's see what the call is. That's going to be another block. Well, Tates Creek just not getting these calls, are they?
Nope. You got two Sports Center top 10s in this game here tonight. Both of them on Lexington Catholic's team, but John Martin Sims for football. Remember the volleyball?
Yeah. The tip drill.
Yeah, the tip drill, yeah. And then Ben Johnson's got one as well.
.55-46. Knocks it down. The second free throw by Goldman makes it a 10-point lead. That's the biggest lead the Knights have had tonight. 56-46, 10-point lead.
Goldman's got to score to be, for the Knights to be successful. They need him scoring.
Taylor battling down low. Smith, and they're battling down there with Jackson Smith.
It's like that right there was like the Lions on the prey right there. You had the guy in the middle, but you were cornered three ways.
Yep. Okay, we got the Super Bowl now, William. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Kansas City. I know the big things they put you on the spot
they
too.
Did.
Kansas City or San Francisco. Who do you like?
Well, like I said, my instinct tells me 34-28, Kansas City wins. I'm going with the Chiefs.
I think Mahomes is just too much for San Francisco. They got the good running game. They got the good ground attack, but I think the game favors. I think it'd be a close game, though. You're right. I think it'd be close, but Kansas City pulls it out, and they haven't been there in 50 years. So,
yeah, that's the big thing. I like to see Kansas City do it. Then again, I've known some guys that played for San Francisco over the years too, so I had the honor. Obviously Mark Logan. You remember Mark Logan? He played there, but I had the honor one time, and extremely rare opportunity where you meet Jerry Rice, and that was pretty cool. But then working with Football University, there's some guys that have some connections with 49ers too. So.
Yep. We want to thank John Dixon, the athletic director here at Tates Creek, for all the great setup here.
Yes.
And we got Tates Creek on again, don't we, next week?
Yeah, and I promise I wasn't name dropping just now. I was just saying experience-wise.
Yeah, you're right. Goman gets it across the timeline. This 10-point lead's the biggest that Catholic has enjoyed with 4.5 minutes to play in this ball game. From Tates Creek High School, Gary Ball with William Warfield, the king of string. Ben Johnson gets it back to Smith, and he has it blocked. And I tell you, that was a good block by Mikael Wade.
Yes. Smith bobbled the ball as he caught it, but he was bobbling as he did get control and was able to go up.
That cost him.
Yeah, it cost him a second there, and able to get the block from behind. So, but it's Lex Catholic basketball here.
24 for Johnson, and he throws it up. I'm totaling up my scoring for Ben Johnson. 16, 18, 22, 24 points. Looking for his 20, and that's right above it, right about his average.
Big game for Big Ben once again.
Big Ben. Got it. 26 points for Ben Johnson. So he's got almost half the Catholic points. They got 57. 28. 28 for Ben Johnson, 58-46. The lead's a dozen.
Yes.
Biggest lead for the Lexington Catholic Knights here at Tates Creek. Tates Creek played well for the first 3 quarters. Amari Taylor down low to Smith, and he's going to be fouled, and that foul will go on Jackson Smith. And R.J. Smith, the other Smith for the Commodores. 4 minutes to play. R.J. Smith lobs it out to Taylor. Comes over to Josh DeToit. Back to Taylor. Taylor, good pass, and put up, won't go, and tapped around. And Taylor's got it in the paint area. Left hand, won't go, and rebounded by Ben Johnson.
Oh. I always hate seeing that because you never know how that's going to turn out when you get the – it's kind of, you got the basketball. Well, a lot of folks consider that an undercut.
Yeah.
Because you see the guy coming from behind, but at the same time you gotta go up with the ball because you're trying to get points for your team.
Well, Josh DeToit took the worst end of that.
Yeah,
he's shaking up.
Just kind of undercutting himself there.
Looks like Townsend and Morton set to check back in for Creek, probably for the aforementioned Josh DeToit. He's a little bit shaken up. 3:39 to play. Free throw good by Goman. And coming out, Mikael Wade and Josh DeToit. Amari Taylor had a great first half, hit 4 threes and had 14 points. He's been held to 2 points here in the second half. So Catholic, much better job on him. Taylor's got it between the circles, over to Morton. Comes over now to Givens. Back it goes to Townsend. Townsend knocked away. Amari Taylor's got it and throws it up. And Amari Taylor, a 6'2.5" senior.
He'll end up going somewhere really nice.
I think he can play somewhere, yeah. There he goes out top and knocks it down. Right on cue, William. 19 for Amari Taylor.
I count that as a 2 or a 3.
Well, Catholic up 60-49, so it must have been a 2.
Yeah.
Rothbauer in the ball game to Luke Wedding. Hands it back to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson down low, off the right side, up and in. He's got 30.
He just excelled up there, and he doesn't look like he can jump out of the gym, but he seriously can.
Yeah, he can dunk it.
Yes, he's dunked on some folks.
Givens knocked away, and it goes back to Tates Creek. Good hustle there by Rothbauer. We're going to have a full timeout with 2:41 to play. 62-49. Lexington Catholic with the lead. They lead Tates Creek here at Tates Creek.
Again, I want to thank Minky Beef Jerky, the official game day snack of PrepSpin. I'm going to be over at Henry Clay tomorrow night. We got Henry Clay, Clay County going on. I know you won't be over there tomorrow night, but you will be joining me, I believe, next week for the Bronze Station Tates Creek game?
Yeah. And Tuesday you've got a game, too. I'm going to try to make that one. Who's that we got Tuesday?
Tuesday, that's a good question. Is it Madison Central?
Madison Central at Catholic, I believe. No, Henry Clay, you're right. Madison Central, Henry Clay.
Yeah, we decided to do a few Henry Clay games we put on our schedule because, Marquez Warwick, who's also a candidate for Mr. Basketball.
Yeah, this year.
If Henry Clay puts on a run, yes, sir. If Henry Clay is able to put on a run, you got to throw him back into some serious talking right there. But with that being said, we get a ton of messages that come into our network.
I think they watch it in Belize.
Belize, yeah. Everybody in Belize tunes in to watch his games.
Well,
and
that's the thing about PrepSpin. You can watch it anywhere.
Yeah,
Coach Meehan has them watching all over the country when he does football.
Yes.
Pittsburgh, Hawaii, Texas.
The greatest story I think that we've got to tell is, that case with Lafayette where, the dad was serving our country over there in Afghanistan and was able to watch his son play football.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Kick in the corner, Amari Taylor puts it up, no. Rebounded by Smith, and he puts it up, and coming out there with it's Luke Wedding.
And you don't realize how important that is to those guys over there, being able to connect to home when they're so far away like that.
Luke Wedding bounces over to Ben Johnson. Ben goes baseline, powers it up and in. They're going to count it. He will get the soup and the sandwich.
Wow, a little NBA action in there tonight.
Yeah, it was continuation, but Luke will take it his 32nd point.
I think Luke even looked at the official before he put the shot off.
Ben Johnson, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ben. I'm sorry. I was out there calling Luke. Luke's listening to me somewhere, I'm sure.
33 now. 33 for Johnson.
Wow. He's just big time.
I mean, that's half the points.
Big time.
65.
Sorry about that bad camera guy there.
2 minutes to go in this one, and Givens gets it. Back it comes to Townsend, and in and out. Smith battling down low, and that's going to be a foul. It's going to go against the Knights, and I tell you, I think Smith's going to pick that one up.
Yeah. That might be his fourth, I believe.
Checking into the ball game, Ryan Russell. And going out will be Jackson Smith. Comes out to Taylor over the Smith, and that's an air ball. And rebounded by Wedding. Gives to Johnson. Minute 47 to go in this ball game. Johnson stops and pops it back, no good. Rebounded by Smith to Taylor. Amari down the lane, puts it up. No, left side follows it. He is fouled. He'll go to the line.
That was a nice follow through. You never give up on your shot.
21 points for Amari Taylor. So he's got 21.
Myron Pedrochi watching.
Taylor 22 now with the free throw. He connects.
Sean's watching.
65-52, minute 32 to go in this ball game. From Tates Creek.
Yes.
The Minky Beef Jerky game of the week. Luke Wedding's got it on. Well, Wedding's made a difference in this ball club, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, just his presence in there does.
He's got 16 points.
He doesn't have to be on the scoreboard, honestly.
That's right.
He just has to be in there because
he handles the ball well, too.
Yeah, that keeps everybody honest in there.
Russell
rebounds very
trying
well.
to go, and it's stolen away. Picking off is Townsend to the basket, put it up and in. He's fouled. The basket will count for Townsend. That's his first bucket of the ball game.
We are playing NBA rules tonight, no doubt about it.
Well, why not?
Danny's watching. Larry Lorio is watching. Thank you. I thought this was the varsity game. He said, he's talking about when he very first started watching.
The what?
Sean Gerton. When we.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the JV played. The JV played to 8:15, 8:20 here.
Yeah.
This game was supposed to start at 7:30.
We gave a little bonus coverage earlier, but we didn't have play-by-play with it. So
yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
So all of a sudden it's 65-55. Creek has cut it down to 10 points.
And I still promise you that score should be 66-56.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I'm just saying that when they go back and tally this up, that's going to be the score because they didn't give both teams the extra point for the threes initially on the scoreboard. They were putting them in as twos. First 2 threes of the game were like that, I'm pretty sure.
Tates Creek Commodores 14-7. LCA, or excuse me, Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, you don't want to say
You
that.
don't want to say LCA at Catholic, but
yeah.
I said I was looking at my sheet and I just got.
You're gonna get thrown under the white bus. There
Yeah.
With the Lexington Catholic bus. It's the only white bus in town because
Yeah.
everybody else has got yellow buses.
Yeah, right side, and there's a shot put up and in by Russell. Lex Cath now by 12. Taylor. Over he comes to Townsend to the basket. Scoop shot up and in. Townsend. Another timeout call with 43 seconds to go.
Yeah.
67-57. I'm going to look up real quick the first time Catholic and Tates Creek played, William, to get the exact score, if you don't mind, sir.
Yeah, I think the first time that they played was
December 19th. I know the date. I'm just trying to.
Of course, they've seen each other. They've seen each other throughout the season. I've seen both.
Yeah, on December 19th, it was a Catholic, and Lexington Catholic won 67-53. So right now it's 67-57. So a little bit of improvement by Creek in this ball game with 43 seconds to go.
Yeah, and I want to throw this out there too. It is hard. It is always hard to beat a team 3 or 4 times in a
Especially
season.
on their floor, because you know the next
Yes.
time they would play would be
for the championship
Yeah.
of the 43rd, because they can't play each other, right? Well, yeah. Let's see how
Lafayette
they
and
wouldn't play,
Dunbar.
because Lexington Catholic would be the number 1 seed.
Yeah, Lafayette and Dunbar would be the 4-5 game, right?
Yeah, the playing game.
And then the 2-3 game would
LCA,
be
Tates Creek, right?
Yeah, and then Lafayette, Lexington Catholic would be the number 1 seed. You're
Yeah.
right.
We got it figured out already, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. At least we're trying to.
Well, if we put it down on paper, we can tell you exactly what it is. If the season was to end today, now there's still a couple district games left.
Yeah.
Lexington Catholic is at LCA.
LCA, we're going to do that game, aren't we?
Yes.
That's on
February
coming up in February 14th. No, it's later than that.
Is it later?
It's
February?
14th, I believe.
Okay.
Well, I tell you what, since I just
Look it
had
up.
Catholic pulled up there, I can pull it up again.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll have that game on for everybody. We've talked to the folks over at LCA, and they're cool with it, and we're cool with it. So let's do it.
36 seconds. Right side shot won't go. Tapped around. They play. Yeah, on the 14th, Valentine's Day, they play Lexington Christian at Lexington Catholic. It says at Christian.
Valentine's Day, and we know that the student sections absolutely love each other, right?
Yeah, it'll be Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah, there you go. That should be the theme.
We'll
right?
call that 25 seconds to go in this one, and going back to the line will be Goman. Jack Goman in the ball game. He's got 6 points. 7. Most of those from the free throw line. Ben Johnson's been fabulous.
Yeah.
34 points. Unofficially, my scoring's unofficial. Goman got them both. 69-57. Amari Taylor stops and pops from 3, and that's skips off the front of the rim. 20 seconds, and I don't know why they're fouling. There's no 12-point play in basketball.
It's just guys that don't want this game to end. They just want to compete and try to make it happen.
34. 22.
John Baber watching tonight.
So Jackson Smith knocks down that free throw for his 6 point.
Coach Talbot watching.
Hey, Tony.
Brandon Wofford watching. And Tony Talbot. I love Tony Talbot.
He's a great guy. Coach there on the girls team, assistant coach. Out front with it. They come over to Taylor. Taylor right side, launches a 3, and that's an air ball. Pelfrey pulls it out.
That's going to do it.
Catholic's going to run the clock out, it looks like. Long pass. And no, they're going to steal it away. And it's stolen back by Catholic, and that's it. 71-57. They win the first ball game 67-53. They win this second meeting 71-57. Catholic led by Ben Johnson with unofficially 34 points.
Yeah, 34 points for Ben, and Luke Lenning had a great game tonight, and Taylor for Tates Creek really shined tonight too. I mean, all these guys played a really good game.
It was a great ball game for about 3 quarters, wasn't it, William?
Yeah.
It was very tight, 36-34 at halftime, and then Lexington Catholic pulls it out, 71-57.
I like the tech here. You know, they got the baskets automatically start going up as soon as the game's over with.
Yeah. Brandon Salzman being interviewed by the local press.
Yep.
So the Lexington Catholic Knights, they moved to 20-2, William. Their 20th win on the season, one of the favorites to win the 11th region.
Yeah. It's been good doing another game with you, and Coach Salzman, he'll have the Mingy.
Yeah, I'll be back with you Tuesday. I'm planning on it, William, being there unless something comes up. I don't have a USTA match Tuesday, so unless something comes up, I'll be there for the Madison Central Henry Clay game. I believe that's at Clay, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
Tuesday
sir.
night. Then Thursday will be at Bryan Station, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And next Friday, where's that game at on the next Friday?
Next Friday we're at LCA, right? Or no? No, we're at Lexington Catholic.
Lexington Catholic, yeah. Trinity at Catholic. That's right.
And that's actually a doubleheader that night too. Yeah. You're going to have the Trinity Lexington Catholic game. You'll be doing play-by-play for that. I'll do play-by-play for the girls game.
Yeah.
Who plays before? It's LCA Lexington Catholic girls.
Oh, that's a big district game.
That's what was on my mind there.
Yeah, big district game. So
yeah, and Lexington Catholic girls is.
And then on the February 8th, you head down to Clinton County for the Robbie Davis Memorial Tournament, right?
Yes, yeah. So we'll have 4 games for that one as well, but. You know, Lexington Catholic girls much improved this year under Coach
They're
Tech.
Much improved, and they win their 20th ball game tonight, 71-57, as Lexington Catholic pulls it out behind Ben Johnson, Luke Wedding and company. They combine for 50 points. 50 of the 71 points come from Ben Johnson and Luke Wedding.
Yeah, outstanding showing from those guys, and they continue to prove why Lexington Catholic is rated so high here in the state of Kentucky.
Ranked in the top 10 in every poll you look at. They're in the top 10. So,
congratulations to the Knights again.
Yeah, they win it 71-57. That does it for us for William Warfield. This is Gary Ball on the Mingy Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week on PrepSpin. Until tomorrow night, William's got the ball game over at Henry Clay as they take on Clay County. I believe that's a 6 o'clock affair. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I think 6 is the JV game.
Oh, okay, so it's tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow
night,
probably 7:30.
And I'll be back with him on Tuesday for Madison Central, and they are at Henry Clay Tuesday night, so looking forward to that one. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody. Lexington Catholic wins it. They win it going away, but it was a tight ball game for about 3 quarters, 71-57 over Tates Creek. And for William Warfield, the king of stream, this is Gary Ball. So long from Tates Creek High School.